Hello everyone, I'm Anusha. In this video, I'm going to explain the concept called GUI programming with swings in Java. So first we have to know what is a swing. Um, actually this we are going to study this swings under JFC, that means Java Foundation classes. So which is used to create a window-based applications. Okay, so it is built on the top of that AWT, that means Abstract Windowing Toolkit API, and entirely we are going to write this in Java. Okay, so unlike this AWT, that means Abstract Window Toolkit, so Java Swing is going to provide us a platform independent and lightweight components. Okay, so that means the package called Java X.Swing is going to provide the classes for the Java Swing API, such as JButtons, text fields, text areas, JRadio buttons, checkbox, menu, colors, like this. So we are having so many options to create the applications here. Okay, so what is this swing is meant for in the sense? So here all this swing components, so whatever I have represented now, so those all will be gathered, and here we are trying to build an application. Okay, that means window based application we are trying to create. Okay, so as I told you that it will be including with all the buttons, scroll bars, text fields, etc. Okay, so putting all this, so we are trying to gather all those components, and we are trying to make a graphical user interface. Okay, so for that one, here we are going to design one GUI in Java. Okay, so here I'm just specifying with the steps for designing the GUI. Afterwards, I'll explain you in detail about how we are going to create a program for this GUI in the next videos or else next slides. Okay, here the very first step to design the GUI is copy this. That means here we have written with the code. Okay, so it is the Java code, so which has been represented with the J frames, J buttons, and everything. Okay, so I'll explain you in detail about each and every component we have mentioned over here. So, but up to this concept, so be clear that we are trying to follow the steps only. Okay, for that one, I'm trying to copy this Java code and I'm going to paste it in the editor. Okay, after that, I'm going to save that one and compile that file and running that particular code. Okay, so now we are intended to add a button to our existing frame. Okay, for that one in that editor, I'm just going to add this code. See, so now I'm trying to add a button to our frame. So I'm going to copy this content into the editor. Okay, so here I'm trying to create the button. Okay, so and after adding a button to that particular code, now we are trying to execute the code. So after executing the code, we will be getting the window like this, and here it has been represented with the button called press. Okay, so this is we are trying to create a GUI based window, so based on the concept called swing. Okay, so I am going to explain each and every concept, that is J frames, J buttons, and J text fields. Everything I'm going to explain in the remaining videos, but here I'm trying to specify you the steps there. So firstly, we are trying to copy this code and we are trying to paste it, and after that one we are saving the file and we are compiling the file, and even we are running the file. Okay, after that, so we are trying to add a button to our frame. So afterwards we are trying to execute that code. Okay, if you once execute that code, we will be getting a page like this, so which will be having a button called press. Okay, and next the fifth step is not only a single button. I'm just wanted to add one more button to that existing page. Okay, so for that one I'll be writing this code. That means we're not only having an option to include one button into that page, but also we can add two buttons into that page. So for that one, I have just created two buttons over here. Okay, and so I'm copying this code into that editor and saving it and compiling it and running it. Okay, so if you try to execute this program, Okay, see here, the buttons has been overlapped. See, it has been created with the two buttons. So button 1 and button 2. Okay, so here it has been represented like so click me and some other button we have already represented with the press no, it has been overlapped over here. So this is an unexpected output. Okay, so to properly place this, so here we are coming across with all these concepts called components, containers, and what are the list of the containers and what are the list of J components we are having. So each and everything we are going to study in this unit. To know about this everything, that means as I represented you, so we are having this AWT and then swings concept. So AWT is nothing but abstract window toolkit. Okay, so I'm going to differentiate this between Java AWT and Java swings in this slide. Here, AWT components are said to be a platform dependent one, whereas Java Swing components are said to be a platform independent one. So swings are platform independent and AWT components are platform dependent. And so these components are heavyweight and swings components are lightweight. And not only that one, so this abstract window toolkit does not support pluggable look and feel, whereas the swing supports the pluggable look and feel over here. And so this AWT is going to provide less components than swing, whereas the swings is going to provide more powerful components like tables, lists, scroll panes, and tab panes, etc. That like means it will be providing the more and more components in this swings. Okay, so this AWT does not follows the MVC. MVC is nothing but model view controller. Okay, so where this model represents data, view represents the presentation, and controller acts like an interface between the model and view. Okay, so whereas this swing is said to be, it will be following the MVC. Okay, so MVC is nothing but model view controller. So where M is nothing but M is, that means model is going to represent the data, view is going to represent presentation, and controller is acting like an interface between the model and then view. Okay. So next, coming across with this architecture, see if you observe this diagram, a swing will be, that means this is a swing hierarchy where it will be combining with the components. So this components is comprised of two categories called, one is with the container and another one is the J component. Okay, so first we'll come across with this container. Again, this container has been categorized into two parts called, one is with the window and second one is the panel, where under this panel applets will come. Okay, and for this window we'll be having the frames and then dialogs. That means J frame and J dialogs will be under this window. Okay, so these all together will be contained like a, we are calling like a container. Whereas this J components, so this J component will be having the various things of components called J label, J list, J table, so J combo box, J slider, J menu, and abstract button. Okay, so this is nothing but the J buttons. Okay, as I already told you that the swing will be having the very powerful components. So these are all the power swing is having. Okay, so this all together will be contained, that means we are calling components that the swing hierarchy is having. So these are all the containers and these are all the J components. See, coming across with the, mainly we can say that the features of this swing will be a lightweight and it is a rich control and a highly customizable one and also pluggable look and feel. Okay, so we can specify this various representations over here. Okay. See, so coming with the concept called components and containers. So just now I have specified what will comes under the component and what will comes under the containers, right? So firstly coming with the container. So this Java Swing class structure will be including the different types of components first of all, such as radio button, JList, JBox, JLabel. So which are inherited from the J component class, right? So this is what I have mentioned, right? So these are all inherited from the J component class. So these are added later to the container class. So first, these container classes are the windows, so which is similar to the frames and then dialog boxes. So the basic Swing components are the base for developing GUI apps, and components such as JFrames and JDialog box can add as a component to themselves only. Okay, so we are having the three different types of Java Swing containers. Mainly, we are having the three different types of JavaScript containers. So one is with the panel, and second one is the dialog, and third one is the frame. So one is with the panel, frame, and then dialog. Okay. So what is this panel in this is? It is a, we can say it is a pure container, but it does not a window. Okay. So the main purpose of this container is to arrange the components onto a window. Okay, so the panel purpose is to arrange the components onto a window. So whereas coming to this dialog, so this container dialog is very much similar to a pop-up window. So that is going to pop out. So whenever a message is displayed. Okay, so whenever a message is going to get displayed, it is going to pop up a window. So this container is not a fully container only. So this frame is nothing but a fully functioning window with its titles and then icons. So we are saying that frame is a fully functioning window with its title and icons, whereas this dialog is nothing but we can say it is not a fully functioning window, but it is similar to the frame container. Okay. And so coming with this top level containers, so it takes the means we can say that it will be taking over the components and containers of this AWT. So where we cannot be included within the other containers. Okay, so we'll be having the heavyweight containers and we are having the lightweight containers. So heavyweight containers in the sense JFrames, JDialog, and JApplet containers. Okay, so lightweight containers in the sense the type of containers that is going to take over the J component classes. That is nothing but so we can say it is a general purpose container system in this complete Java Swing, and it is also useful to arrange related components together in one place. Okay, so the best example for this lightweight containers is Java JPanel. Okay, so just now we have discussed, so that Java JPanel comes under the lightweight containers. Okay, so whereas coming to this Java Swing components, so these are not all nothing but the Java Swing components. Okay, so firstly coming with the JButton class. So this JButton class within this Java Swing components is the one type of component which is mainly useful to build a labeled button. Only to build a labeled button. Okay. So here we are trying to build a labeled button over here. Next one is label. So this JLabel class object within this placing the text in a container. So for placing the text in the container, we are making use of a type of component called JLabel. And also this class is useful to present a single line of text in read only. So we are going to use this to represent the single line of text in read only. Okay. So we are having an option to change the text later by an application. Okay, but a user has no authority to edit directly. Okay, here the user can't edit directly by making use of the application only. Here we are having an option to edit. Okay. Next, we are having with list. So this is a list class, so which will be taking over this where it is going to represent the object of the list of text items. Okay, so it is going to represent the object of the list of text items over here. Next one is table. So here we are having an option to, that means it is mainly useful to present the data in a tabular format. So generally, for what purpose we will be making use of a table to represent the data or else to denote the data in the table format, right? Same here also, it will be going to represent the data in the format of tabular format. Okay, so next one is combo box. So this is useful to present the pop-up of the menu of choices, and also, so it is going to take over the J component class. Here, that means here it may select, that means the choice of the user is going to select and it is going to show that on the top of the menu. Okay, so that is nothing but the combo box. Next one is a slider. So this slider is going to represent the representation of this component J component string. So where it is going to, whenever we want to change the application or else in this Java string, so we can make use of this J slider. And whereas coming to this menu, so here in that application, whatever the menus we are going to represent, that representation will be done by making use of this J menus. Okay, so these are all the components and the containers in this strings that we are going to use. Okay, so this is the list I have just mentioned. Okay, so this is the J applet, and that means we can these are nothing but the class names for the string components: J applet, and then J color chooser, J dialog, J frame, J layered pane, and J menu item. And whereas coming to this app containers, so I have explained right now, right? So I have just explained this J frame, J applet, J window, and J dialog. So which are nothing but the 4 top level containers of the string. Okay, so as I told you that this panel is going to organize the components onto a window, and frame is nothing but it is a fully functioning window with icons, but dialog is not a fully functional window, but it is similar like a frame. Okay, so each top level container is going to define a set of panes over here. So at the top of the hierarchy, we are going to represent an instance called J root pane, where this J root pane is nothing but a lightweight container to manage the other panes. Okay, so it also helps to manage the optional menu bar. As I told you that by making use of the J menus, we can able to organize this menu bar. No, so it is going to manage this optional menu bar. Okay, so we are having the root panes called glass pane, content pane, and then layered pane. Okay, so whereas coming to this layout managers, so these layout managers are used to arrange the components. That means whatever the in which manner we want. If we are very particular with the manner, that is how we are going to represent that one. So it is going to arrange that components by making use of this layout manager. Okay, so this is an interface. So layout manager is nothing but an interface. So that is implemented by the classes of layout managers only. Okay, so these are all nothing but the classes of this layout managers. That means border layout, flow layout, and grid layout are all nothing but the classes for this layout managers. See, for this JRoot pane, glass pane, content pane, and layered pane are the classes for this JRoot pane. And border layout, flow layout, and grid layout are nothing but the classes of this layout managers. Okay. And these are all top level container panes that we are having. So card layout, grid bag layout, box layout, group layout, and scroll pane layout and screen layout. Likewise, we are having the so many types of panes in our containers and also in the components. Okay, so this is what the hierarchy of string it is represented with. So mainly we are going to discuss with the components and then containers that is present in the strings. Along with that one, what are the classes and what are the interfaces that we are going to use in this containers and then components. Okay, and what will be the toply used containers and what will be the toply used classes. That's what all we have discussed in this video. Thank you.